I just remember being so excited about this job because I was supposed to travel to Las Vegas. I mean, come on, that's like a girl's dream when you're in your mid-20s, right? I was meant to be traveling to Amsterdam. I was organizing events. It was supposed to be the dream job. But guess what? I didn't pass my probation. I ended up hating the job. I remember waking up in the morning and just crying because I just didn't want to go to work. And there's a real juxtaposition there because that was supposed to be the dream job. That was supposed to push me into my destiny, right? My career, the perfect career. But yeah, I'm in this dream job and I hate it. But what I later realized is that a company's culture, the values that a company is founded upon, is very important because not only will it affect you, your position, how you show up every day, but it will also affect your mindset, going to affect how you feel every single day. Now, if you are someone who is in a job right now and you're realizing that my values and the culture of this company does not align, maybe you are a parent and you really value flexibility. You've got doctor's appointments, you've got school pickup, nursery drop-offs, whatever the case may be. You might value remote work. You might value working within your own autonomy. If you are somebody and you know that you thrive in that environment, but yet you are being micromanaged or you're just being really suppressed and you just don't like the person that you are becoming as a result of a company culture, what I really want to do is help you to identify what are the characteristics of a really good company where you can thrive in an organization and where you can grow, and some of the key things to look out for. Because we all know what it's like when you've had a recruiter that might have approached you or you're desperately trying to find a new job, but you could end up going from one bad job to another bad job, right? And for me, I have been around when it comes to work. I'm a freelance project manager. The type of environment that I work in often is very fast paced because I work within the creative space, which covers an umbrella of different types of niches such as gaming, publishing, media, advertising. And I know firsthand what it's like to really enjoy your job. And I also know what it's like to completely hate your job and just feel like this is not working for me. I need out. So stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to help you break down some of the key things to look out for when it comes to looking for these organizations so that you don't make the mistake of aligning yourself to a company that is not for you. One of the most important things in the job interview to ask is whether there is progression, okay? Because you don't want to be in a company where you are in the same position, stagnant for years and years. You want to be in a position where you are growing, where you are developing your skill sets, where you are being trained, where you are learning and growing. So career progression is very important, and understanding whether the company that you are commit to will also give that back to you in return for your hard work. Next up is trust. Does the company value trust? And are you on the receiving end of that trust? Now, sometimes it does take a while. You have to show up. You have to show yourself diligent. You have to make sure that the work that you are doing is being done. Now, if you are in a job role, it's very important that you build that trust with your line manager through the diligent work that you do. If you notice that there is a lot of backstabbing, a lot of employees talking about one another, then this might be a toxic environment. Now, I remember when I was working at a company and straight away, my hiring manager was talking about the girl that I was replacing. The girl that I was replacing was talking about the hiring manager. There was such a toxic environment. And I didn't even realize it because as far as I was concerned, I'm hired, I've got the job, I want to show and give a good impression of myself. I wasn't really taking notice of what was going on around me. But what I later realized was that that same person was very toxic, and I ended up being on the receiving end of that person's toxicity eventually. So you have to straight away identify these themes, and it usually comes in the form of talking about somebody, backstabbing, and people not being honest to one another. Communication is the core of any company, and once that has broken down and you are picking up on it, there's usually a bigger issue, and it usually stems from somebody's characteristics. So sometimes you want to avoid working at companies where you are noticing and feeling that there is a lot of toxicity going on. There are websites like Glassdoor that give a lot of feedback on different companies. If a company has a high turnover of staff and you are seeing that a lot of people are leaving very, very quickly, and there's always somebody leaving the organization, then you are picking up on something there. Because retention is a great way of finding out if a company is a good company or not. If a company has very loyal team members and the employees are staying long term, 5 years plus, then you know that that is a good company to work for. Also, can you communicate with your line manager? Now, I'm not talking about turning your manager into your buddy or your friend or your counselor. I'm not talking about that. But do you feel that you are able to actually say, could I have one-on-one meetings? Can I have a conversation with you? I'm not feeling great about this scenario. Or it could simply be that you require flexibility because, like I said, I'm a parent, so I can relate to this 100%. But it could be that, you know, you need flexibility to pick up your child from school and you need to maybe work from 8 till 5 instead of 9 till 6, for example. Is that possible? You know, these are the kind of situations that crop up, because if you're able to have those conversations and your line manager is really able to mentor you, to give you valuable advice and guidance, those kind of conversations will show you if your line manager cares or not. Do they care about your needs too? It's a two-way thing. You're giving your time, you're giving your effort. Does the company care about you? And a lot of these attributes feed from the top down. Communication is at the heart of all of these situations. So it's very important that you are able to communicate well with your colleagues, with your line manager. So this is also on you as well, right? To start building those relationships and sometimes taking emotions out of those scenarios, taking pride out of those scenarios, because let's be real, we can all be a bit prideful sometimes. We can all think, okay, you know, what matters to me is what should matter to everybody, but it doesn't always work like that, okay? There's been scenarios where I have really allowed a colleague to really rub me the wrong way when actually the problem was myself and I didn't even realize it. The problem was actually that I was a bit prideful and that I didn't want to be challenged at that time. I wasn't ready to be challenged. Am I going to blame my colleague because I didn't want to be challenged? Or am I going to look in the mirror and think, do you know what? How can I best prepare for a situation where I could be challenged on the spot? I hope that helped, and I hope that as a result of this, you are able to really think about different ways that you can contribute to workforces as well as the workforce, contribute towards your success, your goals, and to help build you up and develop your skills also. Because remember, a working relationship is a two-way thing. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.